Good, y'all. Dr.Trehunna. So I actually thought I already made a video on this topic, but obviously not. All right. So I actually had one of my childhood friends that's on my program. She was like, yo, Trey, I feel like I'm doing everything right, but for some odd reason, I'm not having as much of a bowel movement like I'm accustomed to. So today, what we're going to cover is why when you're on a lower carb diet, you do not see as much bowel movement, right? And why there's nothing wrong with you. Okay. And what is the definition of constipation and why you might not really be constipated? All right. You're just giving your body more of the things that it can actually do something with. Okay. So first things first, what is constipation? Constipation is when you have literally less than 3 bowel movements within a week. That is the medical term for you being constipated. You're not having a bowel movement 3 times a week, okay? Also, you're having more like a smelly stool. You feel like you're not emptying out every single time you do decide to use the bathroom, right? Also, you're doing a little bit more straining, right? Or just less frequency naturally. But once again, 3 times a week. Now, the average person is accustomed to using the bathroom, what? 2 to 3 times a day, right? And the main reason why is because you're giving your body a lot of things it cannot do nothing with. I'll repeat. The main reason why is because you're giving your body a lot of items or raw materials it cannot do anything with, so we're screening it out of our system, okay? So just to give you some context, here's what I mean by that. Now, when you give your body a lot of processed foods, right? When your body is pooping, it's the main reason why it poops is because of 2 things. A, you gave me too many calories that day, right? So we're screening these extra stuff outside of our system because we can't do nothing with it. Or B, you're giving me a lot of materials that I cannot do nothing with in the first place. Therefore, we're going to get out of our system. And the main reason why I said that is because fiber within itself is something that the human body really cannot do anything with, okay? Because the cell structures coming from plants, such as cellulose and all these things, your body, and because we're not a plant, we're not leaves, right? We're not plant-based items, right? Your body really cannot or don't have the digestive process in order to break these things down. All right. So when you give your body a lot of things such as oatmeal and grains and corn and breads, right? Your body's really not able to break it down. So we're going to get it out of our system. All right. So there's 2 different types of fiber. There's insoluble fiber, which means without water. And then there's soluble fiber, which means water. So when you give your body soluble fiber, such as something like oatmeal or starches, potatoes, rice, what's happening is your body, once again, cannot really break this thing down, right? But what this type of fiber does, it feeds your gut microbiome, okay? So soluble fiber means it can mix with water. So once you give your body something with a lot of soluble fiber in it, what's going to happen is it's going to draw water into the intestine. Right? So because it's drawing water into the intestine, right, it's going to create a gel-like substance. And this substance is going to go through your intestines, right? But once again, your body's not able to break it down. So what's happening is feeding your gut microbiome. But at the end of the day, because your body cannot do anything with this, it's going to really just poop it out, right? But then there's insoluble fiber. Okay? Insoluble fiber means your body cannot do, honestly, anything with it. So what insoluble fiber does, once you eat it, such as corn, you probably notice there's some things called show foods, where you eat this food, and when you do decide to have a bowel movement, you're going to see it in your stool. Why? Because your body can't do anything with it, such as corn, right? That's why if somebody ever had like colon cancer, right? And it had an ostomy bag, which is basically like, where you can actually see your feces come out in real time, but it's coming out from here, not your rectum. You're going to realize that for some odd reason, that cauliflower, that broccoli, that corn, right? You're going to start seeing these things, ironically, in an ostomy bag. Why? Because your body cannot do anything with it. So because I can't do anything with it, I'm going to push it out of my system. Now, when you switch over to a lower carb diet, what happens is you're eating more of the things that your body can do something with. Your hair, your skin, your nails. This is protein. Everything that you physically see on the human body, that is protein, right? When you're giving your body more fat, what's happening? Your body is able to create its steroid hormones, your estrogen, your estradiol, your progesterone, your testosterone, your dextrohydrotestosterone, etc., right? So your body can actually do a lot of things with these nutrients. Now, the human body do not need anything exogenously from the outside space from carbs. Don't. You can literally live the rest of your entire life without you ever having a carb again, and you'll be totally fine. You can live the rest of your entire life and not have no oatmeal or grains or bread, and you'll be totally fine, perfectly healthy, right? So these are the things that your body really don't need, but because we are American and because we live in the 21st century, these are the things that we naturally gravitate to because these are the foods that we grew up on. But these foods also does not really agree with the human body naturally. All right. But these foods also will help you have more of a bowel movement. That's why you notice when you start switching over to eating better, you having more protein, right? So we was all taught the same myth. Oh, well, you have your steak or you had some red beef. It just sits in your stomach for about 6 to 7 years. It takes your body the longest amount of time to break down meat than plants. That literally makes no sense if you know how the human physiology works. And two, believe it or not, meat doesn't just putrefy in your stomach, which means that it's just sitting there, right? Believe it or not, meat is more bioavailable to the human body. So because that is the case, your body's able to break down meat better than vegetables. That's why when you have some corn, you will sometimes see corn in your stool because your body cannot break down the cell wall from corn. So the days that you notice that if you ever need a bowel movement, here's what I recommend for you to do. Because you're having your asparagus, because you're having your Brussels sprouts, because you're having your spinach, right? You're giving your body a lot of insoluble fiber, right? And you're getting some fiber, but you're not getting as much fiber as much BS that comes from things like starches, right? So basically, if you need more of a bowel movement, I'm going to tell you to go ahead and get that low carb bread, right? Eat some of that. Because once again, you're going to see how much dietary fiber is in that package. But ironically, because it got a lot of fiber in it and majority of the fiber that's within those packages, your body can't do anything with it, it's going to poop it out, right? That just like the days that you have a cheat day, what happens the very next day on when you're on the stool? You are going to poop at least 2 to 3 times after a cheat day because you gave your body a lot of things I cannot do anything with. You didn't give your body a lot of protein. You gave your body a lot of fat. Right? But you also give your body a lot of carbs. And we already know that's the worst two to mix. Okay? So just because you're naturally switching over to eating better, you're giving your body more protein. If you give your body a whole lot of steaks, a whole lot of meat, a whole lot of swordfish, a whole lot of scallops, a whole lot of mussels, a whole lot of crab legs, that is going to turn into skin, hair, nails, etc. You give your body a whole lot of fat, it's going to turn into, or your hormonal profile should technically be better. Right? When you give your body a lot of carbs, I cannot do anything with these carbs, so I'm going to excrete it out. So that's why you're noticing now you're not having less of a bowel movement because you're having better carbs, right? And because you're having better carbs, you're having less of a bowel movement because you're not supposed to be having a bowel movement 1 to 2 times every single day. You're not so maybe on average you will want a bowel movement at least once every other day. All right. So in order for you to fix your constipation, here are the 3 things I want you to do. All right. Have either a cheat day. Just eat what you want. Have them French fries. Have that cheeseburger. Have that real pizza, the Papa John's pizza. I will guarantee you're going to go to the bathroom the very next day, if not in the next couple hours. All right. 2, have some MCT oil. And MCT oil is basically a medium chain triglyceride, which could basically bypass the digestive process in your body. That's why bulletproof coffee works for people that ever did keto before. And that's why you could fast a little bit longer, but that's because you're giving your body calories, right? But it also has a suppressive appetite to it. So it literally suppresses your appetite when you do give your body MCT oil, but it also has a laxative effect. So you have to be very careful with this, okay? Or you're going to be blowing up somebody's bathroom. But if you have about 2 to 3 tablespoons of MCT oil, best believe you're going to start going to the bathroom soon. So that's something that you could also do, all right? 3, make sure that you're still supplying your body with a lot of vitamins, okay? And minerals, such as magnesium citrate. If you're somebody who needs to use the bathroom, make sure before you go to sleep that night, give your body some magnesium citrate. That's going to basically allow your body to relax, right? And because it's allowing your body to relax, when it's time, it's just going to also start pushing things through. So magnesium citrate is going to be the best thing for you to cure your constipation, right? But last but not least, just know you're not supposed to be going to the bathroom or using the bathroom 2 to 3 times a day, okay? Once every other day, believe it or not, is actually cool. All right. And the main reason why you're not using the bathroom as frequently, because you're not giving your body a lot of BS anymore. And once again, the only reason why the human body poops is because you're giving your body too many calories or too much materials coming from nutrition, the things that you decide to eat that I cannot do anything with, right? So because I can't turn this item that you just gave me or this carb into some skin or some nails or steroid hormones, I'm gonna go ahead and push it out of my system. Right? But because you're so accustomed to doing that every single day, now you're coming to realize that when you're on this program that, oh, something's going on. I must be constipated. But that's because you're actually doing what your body was made to do. You're not supposed to be going to the bathroom 2 or 3 times a day. Okay? So hopefully y'all learned something today. Once again, please apply those tips. You can even have a cheat day to go ahead and start going to the bathroom again, or just incorporate some things that are man-made, right? Such as low carb bread, such as if you find like a little pizza, Quest pizza, low carb pizza, something of that magnitude, and I will guarantee once you give your body a lot of more insoluble fiber, which is gonna break or make the poop more voluminous, okay? And soluble fiber, which is gonna draw water into the intestine, right? And that's gonna literally start pushing things through. You're gonna start to realize that, okay, cool. I'm not constipated. I'm just giving my body more of the nutrients or the better type of nutrients. Okay, so you cut out the starches, you cut out soluble fiber. Because you're cutting out soluble fiber from, once again, oatmeal, cereals, little things like that, that's why you notice that for some odd reason I'm not as frequent. All right, but nothing's wrong with you, promise. All right, hopefully y'all learned something today, and that's your reset tip of the day. It's gonna help you stay snatched all the time, not only summertime. Talk to y'all soon.